Hello everyone, I am Professor Prashant Thede from the Department of Mechanical Engineering of Maratha Vidya Prasarg Samaj, Karmavir Advocate Baburao Ganpatrao Thakre College of Engineering, Nasik. Here I am going to deliver a series of video lectures for the subject Fluid Mechanics. So in this very first lecture, I am going to start with the subject, okay? But before going for the first topic, I think all of us should know about the various types of fluid mechanics. Okay, the fluid mechanics, as you can see on your screen, the fluid mechanics is basically classified into three types: fluid statics, fluid kinematics, and fluid dynamics. So one by one we will see all these three types. Fluid statics, the first one, fluid statics, it is nothing but the study of fluids which are at rest. Okay, so in this fluid statics topic, we are going to deal with the fluids which are not in motion, okay, or in other words, which are at rest. Whereas in the next two types, that is in fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics, we are going to study the behavior of fluids which are in motion. Okay, and now we will understand the difference between kinematics and dynamics. Okay, again I will repeat. In kinematics and dynamics, that is in both the types, the fluid will be in motion. Then what is the difference between the two? The difference is that in fluid kinematics, we will not study the fluid forces which are causing the motion of the fluid, whereas in fluid dynamics, we are going to study the effect of fluid forces on fluid motion. That is the basic difference between fluid kinematics and dynamics. I hope the three types are clear to all of you. So in this first lecture, my topic will be fluid types and fluid properties. So we will start, first of all we will start with the definition of fluid. So fluid is a substance, is any substance that is capable of flowing. Okay, we know that solid cannot flow, but fluid is capable of flowing. The fluid do not have a definite shape of its own. If we fill some fluid into some container, then that fluid takes the shape of that container. So these are the basic characteristics of a fluid. The two basic types of fluid are liquid and gases. Okay, liquid and gases both comes under the category of a fluid. The various examples of fluid are water, milk, kerosene, petrol, emulsions, etc. Now we will study the various types of fluid. So basically the fluids are classified into 5 basic types. Number 1, ideal fluid. Number 2, real fluid. Number 3, pseudoplastic. 4, Newtonian fluid. And number 5 and the last one is non-Newtonian fluid. So one by one we will go into the details of those fluids and their types. So first one is ideal fluid. So the first point, an ideal fluid is a fluid that has no viscosity. So before going further, we will understand the meaning of the term viscosity. Okay, just remember simple meaning of the viscosity, and that is viscosity is nothing but resistance to the flow of a fluid. That's it. Viscosity is a resistance to the flow of a fluid. Okay, so if fluid faces large amount of resistance to its own flow, then we will say that that fluid has high amount of viscosity. And if fluid do not faces any resistance to the flow, then that kind of a fluid is called as ideal fluid. So the ideal fluid has no viscosity. Ideal fluid has no resistance to its flow. But practically, if we think, there is no ideal fluid which exists in nature. Okay, it's just a hypothetical concept. So the ideal fluid, they are also incompressible in nature. Okay, so please see both the diagrams. In the first diagram, it is for the flow of an ideal fluid, and the second diagram is for the flow of a real fluid or flow of a viscous fluid. Okay, now please note down the difference between the two diagrams. In the first diagram, that is in the flow of an ideal fluid, you can see the velocity v, you can see those arrows, the velocity is v, the velocity v is constant in magnitude and direction at every point in a flow. Okay, there is a flow of an ideal fluid, you can see the through circular pipe. Okay, and in that flow you take any point, the fluid velocity will remain same in magnitude in direction. Okay, but now you see the second diagram of a real fluid, you will see that the velocity is changing. Okay, there is a variation in velocity as you move point to point. Okay, if you take different point, then at different points the velocity is different for a real fluid or for a viscous fluid. Now what is the reason? The reason is viscosity. Okay, if the fluid is ideal fluid, then as I have said, there is no resistance to the flow of that ideal fluid. So as there is no resistance, why the velocity will change? The velocity will do not change for ideal fluid, the velocity will remain same. But whereas for a case of a real fluid, the velocity varies because there is a resistance to the flow of a real fluid because of the viscosity it possesses. So these are the two different cases of a fluid, ideal fluid and real fluid. Now we will discuss real fluid here also. So real fluids are compressible in nature and they possess some amount of viscosity. Okay, real fluid implies friction effects. What it means, please see the diagram. The diagram shows the circular pipe through which flow is passing. The first diagram nearby the pipe, the first diagram is for the ideal flow and the second diagram is for the real flow. Again, for the ideal flow you can see that the velocity is same throughout the flow, but whereas for the case of a real fluid, here, please here, at the surface of the pipe, at this position and at this position, the velocity is almost equal to 0, and as you move away from the surface towards the center of the pipe, the velocity goes on increasing. So there is a variation in the velocity for the real fluid. Okay, now why there is a variation, we have already discussed in the previous slide, that is because of the viscosity. Okay, so along with viscosity there are some friction effects for the case of a real fluid. Okay, when the fluid is flowing nearby the surface of a pipe, the pipe surface offers friction to the flow. Okay, and that's why near the surface of a pipe the velocity is very low, very minimum, almost near equal to 0. So that's why we can say that real fluid implies friction effects. But see, this effect cannot be seen in case of a ideal fluid. Okay, again you see, it can be the surface of pipe or it can be the center of the pipe. You take any point, the velocity is same for the case of a ideal fluid. Okay, next is pseudoplastic, a fluid whose apparent viscosity decreases instantaneously with increase in shear rate. That kind of a fluid is called as a pseudoplastic fluid. Okay, the examples are quicksand, ketchup, etc. Now what is the meaning of pseudoplastic, or what is the meaning of this definition? So very simple example, you take an example of a ketchup. Okay, if you want to take ketchup out of that pouch, then what you do, you apply a shear force, you apply a tangential shear force onto that pouch. You apply a shear force onto the pouch, and after applying a shear force, what happens, that ketchup comes out of the pouch, isn't it? So that is what the definition is. If you are applying a shear force, the viscosity decreases for that pseudoplastic fluid, and as the viscosity decreases, so now there is a free flow of the ketchup out of that pouch after applying the shear force. So that is a pseudoplastic. The viscosity decreases instantaneously when you are applying a shear force. Okay, so the examples again, please see the diagram, ketchup, quicksand. The next type is Newtonian fluid. The fluid that obey Newton's law of viscosity are known as Newtonian fluid. Okay, for fluid, in fluid mechanics subject, there is one law which is very important throughout the subject, and that is Newton's law of viscosity, which states that the shear stress tau is directly proportional to the velocity variation du upon dy. Okay, and if the fluid obeys Newton's law of viscosity, then that kind of a fluid is called as a Newtonian fluid. Okay, so for Newtonian fluid, the viscosity is entirely dependent upon the temperature and pressure of the fluid. Okay, the examples are water, air, emulsions, etc. The last type, non-Newtonian fluid. So if the fluid do not obey Newton's law of viscosity, then that is called as a non-Newtonian fluid. Okay, so if the fluid obeys Newton's law, it is a Newtonian fluid. If the fluid do not obey Newton's law, it is a non-Newtonian fluid. The examples are flubber, paste, gel and polymer solution. Please see the images of the examples of non-Newtonian fluid: gel, toothpaste, starch in water, etc. Now here we will understand all these types of fluid based on the graph. This graph is for shear stress versus velocity gradient du by dy. Shear stress is plotted on the y-axis, velocity gradient du by dy is plotted on the x-axis. So as I have said, as per the Newton's law of viscosity, this tau, that is shear stress, is directly proportional to this x-axis velocity gradient du by dy. Now based on this x and y axis, now we will plot all the 5 types of fluids on this graph. Okay, so ideal fluid, first one, ideal fluid, it coincides with the x-axis. Why? Because for ideal fluid the viscosity is 0. As the viscosity mu is 0, so as per the equation tau is equal to mu into du by dy, as the value of mu is 0, the value of tau is also 0. So that's why the value of shear stress for ideal fluid is 0. Ideal fluids are incompressible in nature, so that's why ideal fluid will coincide with the x-axis. Next type, Newtonian fluid. As Newtonian fluid obeys the Newton's law of viscosity, so therefore we will draw a linear line for the Newtonian fluid. It implies that shear stress is directly proportional to the velocity gradient. Next, now there will be a curve for non-Newtonian fluid. There will be not a linear relationship between shear stress and du by dy for the non-Newtonian fluid, because non-Newtonian fluid do not obey Newton's law. Next is ideal plastic. So as we have studied for the pseudoplastic fluid, that for the flow for carrying out the flow of the fluid of ideal plastic, we need to apply some initial amount of shear force. Okay, so see here on y-axis, first of all we have applied this much amount of shear force. Okay, and then after that there will be a flow. Okay, so this is the ideal plastic fluid. And last is ideal solid. For the case of ideal solid, the velocity is 0, because we know that solid cannot move, solid cannot flow, so the velocity is 0. As the velocity is 0, that means this du value, du by dy, out of du by dy, this du change in velocity will be value will be 0. So as velocity gradient is 0 for ideal solid, we will plot ideal solid on the y-axis. Okay, so that was about the various types of fluid, and that's it for this first lecture. I hope all of you have got the clear idea about the fluids and their types. Okay, thank you.